I think of as a Bemer as like a gentle mist, like a spring mist. Like we're in spring in Minnesota right now. So it's like a gentle mist, like, oh, that feels great. You can't even really feel it. It's imperceptible, right? And oh, I get these right frequencies are coming in my body. They're going to help me heal with this stuff right here. But sometimes you need a class 5 hurricane. And that's what I call the XL Pro. Like literally, it's like a class 5 hurricane. It's like, let's pound some energy in there. I want to get it into the organ systems. I want to feel things. I got one patient, Martin, he's hilarious. Like I'll occasionally run him into the bathroom. He's like, yeah, that pulse will really shake the crap out of you. He's like 75 years old. He guy's hilarious. So, but it moves things, right?
It's
it gets
tangible.
Energy moving. Absolutely. So I'll have people doing passive. I'll have them doing motion. I'll have them put it in a position where they're restricted range of motion. I'm thinking of one guy, Jeffrey, that came in yesterday with his shoulder and stuff like that, or the neck, like up in the scalenes, where things just get locked up. They get this thoracic outlet syndrome, or people get the pitas, which is like the pain in the, pita. Mm-hmm. You get the general idea.
Yes.
We'll keep it PG. But the pitas, but people with feet, neuropathy, like getting the energy flowing, getting the lymphatics moving, right? Getting the muscles contracting, getting the bones healing with the piezoelectric effect, right? You can't beat it, right? I've tried other PEMF units, and they just, of course, once you get a little taste of one thing, it's hard to deviate from another, if you will. But sure. I have found that it suffices every need that I have personally. It helped me overcome a lot of gastrointestinal issues, like GI issues. Like when I was a kid, I had a lot of ear infections due to a lot of stress in my family, a lot of gut issues, taking a lot of antibiotics and stuff like that. So one of the big breakthroughs I had was with my gut and my skin, because I used to have eczema. I scratched myself till I bled as I was a kid. So I'm like literally eczema, like just drive you crazy. Fungal issues, it turned out to be, but I didn't know that for the first 35 years of my life. So, but once you get a tool like Pulse and it starts penetrating the tissues and getting into the areas that are just deep inside you, and you can't, unless you cut yourself open and go in there, you can't get in there, right?
Sure.
So I'll just leave it at that. Pulse, especially the XL Pro and any unit for that matter. I mean, even if you go to the equine, you're still feeling it. You just can't modulate it, but it gets the energy, the healing energy in there, and your body then does what it will, right? Your body's the healer, right? I mean, we talked about this earlier, pre-launch of this thing, right?
Yeah.
Nothing heals anything, right? Your body's the healer.
Right.
The facilitator is the pulse. The pulse activates the immune system, activates the growth cell factors, and your body does all the work, but it needs the extra resources. And without the leg up, if you will, like boosting your buddy over the fence, like we did as kids, your body's going to languish. It's just going to linger in that state of, half dead, half alive. And then once you get that pulse in there, man, boom,